Dear friends, let us unite our hearts in serenity as we embark on a sacred journey illuminated by divine wisdom. You are God's nuclear secret weapon, chosen one. They have been severely harmed by their spells, and a deluge of money is currently speeding into your life. Recently, you've been dealing with odd sensitivities, such as abrupt allergic reactions to dishonesty, a physical reaction right away when someone lies to you, and an instant rejection of negative energy that tries to connect with your field. Your body has been improving itself, turning into a well-tuned tool that can identify spiritual battle before it becomes completely apparent. These experiences, the restless nights, the vivid nightmares that seemed more real than the actual world, the unexpected knowledge of people before they disclosed their genuine motivations, were not coincidental. You were getting sensitive briefings about the next mission and downloading intelligence from heavenly headquarters. While your conscious mind believed you were simply experiencing strange dreams, your subconscious mind has been attending strategy sessions. Some talks feel different today, you've observed. You can hear more than just what others are saying when they talk to you. Their secret goals become apparent through energy signatures, exposing their genuine motivations. Now you can read with absolute precision. This is divine perception at the nuclear level, not paranoia. They don't anticipate you. The opposition has been keeping an eye on you, doing calculations and planning strategies, and they have totally underestimated you. Under their nose, you have been God's best-kept secret. You began to become aware of the supernatural, while your strength was growing to previously unheard-of proportions. Remote viewing sessions started to happen on their own a few months ago. You would close your eyes and see places you had never been to before. During meditation, astral projection experiences transported you beyond your physical body, revealing spiritual realms and providing you with insight into circumstances before they materialized. A nightly briefing system where you receive strategic information about your objective replaced lucid dreaming as an infrequent curiosity. During times when your conscious mind was focused on other things, you have been secretly speaking with God. You would suddenly have a thorough comprehension of complicated circumstances while strolling through nature. While standing in the shower, familiar facts would be driven by solutions to insurmountable difficulties that would download straight into your consciousness. Your mouth would open, and you would speak with a prophetic authority you were unaware you had. You've been getting classified information about potential opportunities in the future, infiltrators in your group, and the best times to make significant life decisions. If you feel the divine love, now is the time to share. Click the Super Thank You button on YouTube to contribute $50 or more and help us spread God's blessings. What you do is being watched and serves as a seed, and in the future it will come back to you a millionfold. Your adversaries believed they were out of sight and were unaware that you were getting intelligence reports on their activities on a regular basis. You were so spiritually sophisticated in your response to their targeting that you turned each attack into fuel for your own growth. You started praying for protection every day when hidden groups started spying on you, forming an impenetrable barrier that caused their reconnaissance attempts to fail catastrophically. You swiftly recognized the infiltrator in your inner circle using your enhanced discernment, rather than allowing them to frighten you. Their spy became an unintentional double agent working for you since you gave them misleading information while concealing your true intentions. As you gathered information about their actions, your calculated quiet concealed your genuine aims. Instead of retaliating with identical strategies, you responded to their spiritual attacks by delving further into prayer and meditation. By triggering heavenly protection systems, this enhanced response not only fully protected you, but also diverted all of their toxic energy back to its source. Without any effort on your part, global laws automatically defended you when you refused to fight lower vibrational wars. You reacted to their spells that were intended to impede your advancement by spending more time in worship and giving thanks for blessings that had not yet materialized. Your frequency was so elevated as a result that you were immune to their black power. Your happiness turned into a weapon that broke their hexes before they had a chance to do anything. By setting strong spiritual boundaries and severing energetic ties with anyone who didn't serve your highest benefit, you countered their attempts to drain your energy. You were busy growing your power through divine connection and purpose-driven activity, while others squandered time and resources trying to drain it. By not getting angry or seeking retribution, you used their betrayal as a springboard for your success. Instead, you showed compassion for those who are stuck in the dark by forgiving them before they even asked. Your kindness kept your heart open to receive heavenly benefits while releasing you from all energetic attachment with their low-frequency actions. You had already given your life entirely to the will of God, therefore the spell they confidently cast backfired. Someone who has dedicated their entire life to God's objectives cannot be cursed. The energy shield that surrounds surrendered souls is impenetrable and absolute. With quadruple intensity, their power struck your spiritual armor and bounced back to them. You found that an atmosphere of perpetual thankfulness makes it impossible for curses to endure. You were giving thanks to God for wins that were not yet apparent while they were planning your destruction. Their hexes were immediately broken by your frequency of appreciation, which transformed the energy into benefits for your life. Like a top-tier military unit, your spirit guides never take a break, never sleep, and never overlook a threat. They actively intercept and reroute attacks with such accuracy that it would make intelligence services on Earth envious, in addition to providing protection. The sender receives each hex back with interest. In your life, every curse becomes a blessing. Every time someone tries to hurt you, your spiritual armor gets stronger and your supernatural powers grow. You live beneath holy divine protection that takes care of itself without your conscious awareness or upkeep. Because nuclear weapons necessitate nuclear-level security, God sent additional spiritual soldiers to protect you. These are specialized forces trained in cutting-edge spiritual warfare techniques. They are not your typical guardian angels. They attempted to send demons, but they were unable to get past your initial line of defense. Like a force barrier, your energy field repels low vibrational objects that use frequencies that are incompatible with yours. Like bullets striking bulletproof glass, what was intended to afflict you bounced off your aura and returned to its source with greater power. Your assailants are now coping with their own dark side and questioning why the turmoil they attempted to cause in your life suddenly took over their own. They are discovering the hard way that harming someone who is protected by God is equivalent to attempting to hurt God. Because it is based on something more stable than earthly conditions, your foundation will never shake. Because your spiritual temple is made of elements from celestial regions that are impervious to worldly weapons, it remains intact in the face of every attack. Because of your established tolerance to bad energy, you are impervious to the effects of traditional spiritual warfare techniques. Any energy that isn't in line with truth, love, and divine purpose is instantly rejected by your system. You've developed an allergy to deceit. When someone lies to you, your spirit practically erupts into spiritual hives, making it difficult for them to successfully trick you. Your family, your assets, your money, and your prospects for the future are all protected. Nothing that is meant to hurt you can eventually succeed, and nothing that is meant for you can be prevented forever. Only positive things are permitted to enter your heavenly bubble. Your entire system is experiencing a rapid activation of psychic skills, similar to the onset of a spiritual operating system. Auras, energy patterns, and spiritual beings that are imperceptible to the naked eye can be seen through clairvoyance. When needed for your protection, clairaudience allows you to hear angelic communication, divine guidance, and even the thoughts of those around you. Claircognizance suddenly makes you aware of complicated problems without the need for further study or inquiry. You just have knowledge of people's histories, upcoming happenings, and the linkages between seemingly unconnected situations. Everything that is pertinent to your objective is regularly updated by this miraculous download system. Your third eye has been awakened for spiritual sight as well as psychic reconnaissance of military caliber. Now, you can spot energy vampires before they have a chance to deplete your resources, spot shapeshifters who pose as someone else, and see through illusions that deceive others. Brother and sister, everything done in faith is returned in God's abundance. You can donate $100 using the Super Thank You button and be part of this divine call. If your roots are connected to Him, your fruit will be blessed. Through each chakra center, the Kundalini energy coiling at the base of your spine has started its methodical ascent. By connecting you to universal love frequencies, heart chakra expansion allows you to heal others just by being there. Speaking words that materialize quickly and delivering prophetic messages with unquestionable authority are made possible by throat chakra activation. Supernatural perception and the ability to reveal the divine are bestowed via third eye opening. You can receive real-time counsel on every decision and circumstance by establishing a crown chakra connection, which creates persistent communication with heavenly headquarters. You can no longer rely solely on human wisdom. You have access to limitless intellect that can perceive every scenario and determine the best course of action. Most people are totally unaware of the complex web of signals that God uses to communicate with you. Field agents like you and divine headquarters must communicate constantly during the activation period. These signals are transmitted through synchronicity so exact that chance is ruled out. Everywhere you turn, you see mathematically precise number sequences that defy chance. You may tell someone is attempting to catch your attention when you encounter the same number combinations on clocks, number plates, receipts, phone numbers, and addresses so frequently. Every sequence has a distinct meaning associated with your present mission phase and future life events. Powerful lyrics convey hidden meanings intended to further your purpose. The music you hear at specific times are orchestrated by the cosmos to convey warnings, encouragement, or directions. Your playlist is programmed by your spiritual team to make sure you get important information when you need it most. Songs you've never heard before can occasionally convey the exact message you need at that precise moment. You've observed that certain songs play on the radio precisely when you're thinking of particular persons or circumstances. The lyrics offer direction, affirmation, or insight into the situation you're in. Since heavenly information is instantly transmitted into your consciousness through sound frequencies, your spiritual team uses music as a communication tool. When you suddenly feel the need to meditate or spend time alone in nature, your spiritual advisors ask to meet with you privately. They possess classified knowledge on the actions of your adversary, their plans for the future, and the defenses you must put in place. When your mind is calm and open to higher frequencies, these briefings take place. You get in-depth information about the people in your life, impending opportunities, possible dangers, and the best time to make important decisions during these private sessions. Your advisors help you position yourself for optimum advantage and prepare for situations that haven't happened yet. You're going through a full 8th house metamorphosis that impacts every single cell in your body, every single thought in your head, and every single part of your life. To make place for the nuclear weapon you're becoming, the person you were before this awakening is utterly melting away. In a single lifetime, most people never experience the levels at which this metamorphosis operates. The process of rewiring the neural system has been intensive and even uncomfortable. You've encountered odd feelings, unanticipated emotional outbursts, and physical ailments that doctors were unable to describe. Like a caterpillar disappearing into primordial soup and then emerging as a butterfly, your body is physically installing new spiritual hardware to support the supernatural powers you're gaining. You've gone through times when you thought you were going to break apart entirely. In order to make room for your new reality, your previous identity, belief systems, relationships, and life structures have all been methodically destroyed. Unprecedented amounts of light have entered your being as a result of the darkness exiting your system. By purging every shadow, healing every trauma, and dissolving every constraint, this clearing work gets you ready to become an unobstructed conduit for God's power. You've gone through periods of intense emotional cleansing. Past traumas wanted resolution, buried grief demanded recognition and release, and old wounds surfaced for healing. This was a calculated removal of energetic obstacles that would compromise the success of your purpose, not a haphazard emotional meltdown. Your heart walls have been crumbling because the proper operation of nuclear weapons depends on emotional transparency. Divine love, which is the source of all your extraordinary powers, cannot enter closed hearts. When you're protected by God, vulnerability becomes your superpower. Now that God is prepared to reveal His hidden weapon to the world, the period of concealment is officially over. Through every obstacle you have encountered, you have been cultivated, tested, cleansed, and prepared. Operating in the shadows is no longer an option. Your public deployment starts right now. Because you realize that visibility serves your objective rather than your ego, you no longer feel threatened by the limelight, whether you feel ready or not. People must witness firsthand evidence of God's omnipotence, the existence of His chosen ones, and the material fulfillment of His promises. You turn into a living example of God's involvement in human affairs. Your innate power comes from being truly appointed by God to positions of power and responsibility, not from conceit or deceit. Even when you're not attempting to lead, people respond to your leadership because they instinctively sense that you have been anointed. Respect and attention are demanded just by your presence. During this season, you may also be working with other selected individuals who have already gotten their activation orders. As God arranges His nuclear weapons in strategic formations, these alliances develop naturally. Your combined might increases astronomically, generating spiritual energies capable of reshaping vast regions. Your character fully exemplifies the servant-leader paradox. You serve by taking charge when circumstances call for divine intervention, and you lead by promoting the highest good of others. Acts of unselfish love, not control or power, are what build your authority. Even if you haven't publicized your availability, people start coming to you for advice, prayer, and insight. Instead of human marketing, divine networking expands your reputation. People that need exactly what you have to offer are brought to you by God Himself. Before you even speak, you find that your presence alone transforms atmospheres, cures people, and alters the energy in rooms. Everyone around you is naturally impacted by the powerful anointing you possess. Hope returns, despair subsides, and demons run away. Your accomplishment provides a means of proving God's goodness to those who have lost faith in divine intervention, no matter where you travel. Your testimony turns into a weapon against despair and evidence that God still works miracles for people who serve Him with sincerity. Mike, the creator of the Obsidian inner order powered by Astral Atom, has sent the following message. I will never abandon you. I will never allow you to experience this enlightenment by yourself. I will never browse over your pain as if it were mere content. This is a disguised lifeline, not just a Rick roll. Because too many of us have been banished for perceiving the truth, shunned by family, Deceived by cults and plagued by talents we didn't request, I founded the Obsidian Inner Order. We now get together once a week, live on Zoom, with real persons and faces. A healer who broke free from ritual abuse, a former CFO who became a psychic, and a seer who left Mormonism. Indeed, the calls are recorded, allowing you to return to the field while on the floor. We are a miracle that will never give up on you. We are not a meme. Join the inner order of Obsidians. The description contains a link. Your intuition now works with military accuracy, so you can trust it wholeheartedly. Your spiritual command center provides strategic intelligence for every instinct, inner knowing, and unexpected urge. You can lose a tactical advantage if you hesitate. You have the ability to see through all illusions. You can rapidly read people's energy signatures, so they can no longer successfully deceive you. Secret motives come to light. With your improved discerning skills, hidden motives become apparent. You're getting more accurate and frequent psychic downloads. These aren't sporadic spiritual encounters. Rather, they're information briefings that get you ready for new connections, difficulties, and circumstances. Specific information pertinent to your mission advancement is included in each download. Your main line of communication with divine headquarters is now your dreams. There are fresh directives, cautions, affirmations, or tactical advice every night. Because they contain operational specifics you'll need during the day, keep a note of these sessions that take place at night. Drinking water becomes essential to preserving your spiritual conductivity. For heavenly energy to circulate through your cellular structure, your system needs pure water. Your capacity to clearly receive and send spiritual vibrations is hampered by dehydration. Maintaining your energetic clarity and avoiding interference from lower vibrational influences are two benefits of regular aura cleansing. To be a precise tool of divine intent, your energy field needs to stay pure. You are less effective as God's nuclear weapon when you are contaminated. Over the course of the next several days to many weeks, significant changes will occur in your life with such vigor that you will hardly have time to digest one breakthrough before the next one comes. The acceleration has started, and when heavenly timing takes precedence over human scheduling, your perception of time itself changes. Get ready for developments that will happen so quickly that you will be out of breath. If you want to witness God's miracles, act now. Contribute $100 or more through Super Thank You on YouTube. Your offering is like a seed that comes back to you when planted. Let His light illuminate your steps. Every donation is an echo in His plan. Your widespread acclaim and blessings come like an overwhelming flood of divine favor. God has planned your breakthrough, and the forces of the universe have come together to make sure it happens at the precise moment when it will have the biggest impact. Those who have been ignoring you will now plainly see you. Like floodgates opening to release years of accumulated benefits, opportunities that were barred will open up all at once. Soon, someone who has been considering you carefully will get in touch with you with an offer that completely alters your course. This relationship is much more important than a simple reconnection. They may present chances, partnerships, or information that furthers your purpose in ways you never would have thought possible. Money will come to you from sources you were unaware of. When you need resources for your objective, old investments mature. Settlements reached in court work out well for you. Payouts from insurance surpass estimates. Deals that appear to be dead suddenly come back to life with better terms than were initially agreed upon. The supernatural becomes your new normal when miracles appear in your life so frequently. You stop being surprised when the impossible happens on a regular basis. You begin to expect amazing happenings as part of your everyday life rather than being startled by them, since divine intervention occurs so frequently. Improvements in health occur naturally without the need for medical intervention. After years of separation, relationships start to mend overnight. Legal issues are resolved in your favor right away. Items that have been lost resurface in unlikely places. The technology begins to function flawlessly. Everything in your life starts to run smoothly after months of issues. At the same time, a romantic partner of yours suffers heartbreak as your change becomes too rapid for them to keep up with. They are left behind by your progress, and they find it difficult to believe that you have outgrown the type of connection they liked. It is required that those who tried to dull your light undergo humiliating experiences. Their pride is methodically undermined by events outside their control or influence. They learn the consequences of attacking a person who follows God. Haters are powerfully reminded by your achievement of the repercussions of opposing people who are divinely favored. They see directly how God defends his people and how assaults against you lead to their own demise. Your attackers are followed everywhere they go by a gloomy cloud of karma. The bad energy they focused at you causes challenge after challenge to arise in their life. You suffer from multiplied blessings while they face multiplied difficulties. Your spiritual team vibrates through realms with excitement as they celebrate your activation. After working in the background, angels, guides, and ascended masters are finally able to communicate with you directly. Their enthusiasm for your purpose is infectious. Divine entities genuinely ask to meet with you in person. They are willing to reveal intelligence that gives you a tactical edge over opposing troops, and they have insider knowledge of events that impact your life. These spiritual briefings offer tactical direction for handling challenging circumstances. Regularly express gratitude to your spiritual protection team because their actions have saved you from calamities you never anticipated. They have been neutralizing threats, rerouting curses, and fending off attacks while you slept soundly, oblivious to the conflict going on all around you. Avoid toxic people and situations right away if they sap your energy or jeopardize the success of your purpose. Your purpose and time are too crucial to be wasted on relationships that don't advance your best interests. Your spiritual GPS works flawlessly, but it frequently takes you down pathways that are unclear to the naked eye. Trust divine guidance, even if it takes you into uncharted territory. When you're in unfamiliar territory, faith serves as your navigation system. Release yourself from anyone who tries to diminish your significance or lighten your light. These individuals fulfilled their role in your growth, yet they are unable to go with you into the future. Let go of them with love and go on guilt-free. Make use of your freedom of choice to dispel constricting ideas about your life's potential. Your previous identification was based on limitations that are no longer relevant. You are subject to different rules and regulations because you are God's nuclear weapon. Every chosen person engaged during this time of spiritual conflict deserves victory. Because God Himself is in charge of your army, you are a part of an elite force that is unbeatable. The conclusion of the war is known, but individual battles may be difficult. You were appointed to this job by God, and no power on earth has the right to fire you. Rather than human approval, heavenly appointment is the source of your employment stability. The Most High never fires His nuclear weapons, and you serve at His discretion. Your training is finished, and you are prepared to serve in any manner God requires. Every adversity paved the way for this. Each betrayal improved your judgment. Your power level increased with each attack. Like a river that has broken through a dam, your river of blessings rushes towards you. Wealth, connections, chances, better health, spiritual gifts, and plenty in every way all come at once. God never loses wars, thus all light workers and chosen ones win this spiritual conflict. An army led by divine wisdom and fueled by boundless love is too strong for the opponents to defeat, even if they win skirmishes. Beyond your own personal goal, You are a part of a greater divine plan. An unstoppable wave of spiritual awakening that changes entire societies is created when your personal awakening sets off a chain reaction that activates others who in turn activate others. Because the chosen ones have access to divine intellect and cutting-edge spiritual technology that past fighters did not, they succeed where previous generations failed. You battle with impenetrable armor and top-notch weapons. The fact that you are crucial to God's plan must become ingrained in your being until it becomes an unwavering belief. On a cosmic level, you are important. Planetary destiny is impacted by your mission. Generations are impacted by your success. Because heavenly speed functions differently than human chronology, expect the unexpected when your life accelerates beyond recognition. What seemed inconceivable yesterday can become inevitable today. What would typically take years might materialize in weeks. Your guides and angels are prepared to bestow upon you supernatural support, strategic insight, and cosmic truth. They have been anticipating the moment of activation when your consciousness and heavenly headquarters may fully communicate. As you move from a secret weapon to a public blessing, have faith in the process of change. Although intense, the transformation is just temporary. The butterfly phase has begun, and the caterpillar period is coming to a conclusion. As God's earth angel, you are prepared to serve in any role that your purpose calls for. You've finished your training. You have activated your weapons. You are completely protected. You will win. When God's nuclear weapons are fully activated and used with divine power, the world must witness what they look like. You are a real example of how God always prevails, protects His people, and fulfills His promises. Proceed with the knowledge that you serve God and that no one has the authority to dismiss you from your job. Your job is permanent, your mission is vital, and you're sure to succeed.